Namaste. Many of the ginger growers who have started planting in Karnataka and adjoining states this season, they were seeking many clarifications regarding what kind of fertilizers or organics or biocontrol agents can be applied at the time of planting for ginger. Before getting into this, so I would like to make a few things very clear. Okay, so after your land has been identified, so I have advised all my farmers to test their soils. So the basic test consisting of uh, the pH, electrical conductivity, then organic carbon, available nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, then calcium, magnesium, sulfur, and then micronutrients like iron, zinc, copper, manganese, boron. This is a basic soil test. So before planting, so if in case the pH is acidic or if it is alkaline, meaning if it is less than say 6.5 or if it is more than 7.5, so suitable amendments to be applied based on particular tests meant for arriving at the application of either agriculture lime dolomite in case of acidic soils or uh, the gypsum in case of alkaline or saline soils. So in the absence of a soil test value, it becomes very difficult to take as scientific or better decisions with respect to nutrient management. That is a very key issue and the basic issue. Okay, and then once the pH is known and once the tests were done to decide with respect to quantity of amendment to be used per unit area, either lime or dolomite or the gypsum, so there should be a minimum of 30 days gap between liming or gypsum application and your actual planting. So post application of the gypsum or the lime, so depending on the soil pH, so it has to be thoroughly incorporated into the soil, maybe by means of a rotavator or cultivator, and then it should be sufficiently irrigated so that it reacts and helps in correcting the soil pH. So if you don't do this exercise in the beginning, and if you straight away go for planting, then the farmers have to face a lot of issues related to the crop performance, especially with regard to the nutrition. So okay, once this is done, then you can go for planting, bed preparation and planting. Prior to bed preparation, just before the last operation of cultivator or rotavator, so you can apply all the organics like farmland manure or poultry manure or whatever the other organic manures which were meant. Only concern was they should be properly decomposed with proper CN ratio. So it should not be too wide. So 1 is to 20 to 1 is to 10 is perfectly alright. So sometimes it is necessary to test the CN ratio of these organic manures. So these organic manures can be applied. So they can be broadcasted before bed making, or otherwise you can prepare the beds and you can apply on the beds as well uniformly. Distributing uniformly is important. Then after application of organic manures and bed preparation, so mostly we are advising farmers to go for only 2 rows on the bed. So at around 1.5 feet spacing between the rows and around 20 to 30 centimeter between the plants. So for each planting hill, many of the farmers are asking what kind of fertilizer I should give at the time of planting. So yeah, so generally we advise them to go for the phosphorus 100% as basal dose. So because that is required for the root growth and root promotion. So whereas N and K, nitrogen and potassium or other micronutrients, are applied 45 days later, as ginger is a very slow grower in the beginning. So again, the amount of phosphorus should be utilized at the time of planting purely depends on soil test value and our targeted yield. So if the and ginger does not require very high phosphorus content, so the requirement depending on the soil available P varies. I cannot generalize the requirement here, or I cannot give a blanket recommendation here. So that is the one thing. And to the planting gill, they can give some neem cake or the vermicompost or any other fine organic manures along with biologicals like trichoderma, pseudomonas, specilomyces and the like. So the organics what we are recommending at the time of planting is trichoderma, pseudomonas, specilomyces, then metrrhizium, azotobacter, PSB, and these are the ones. Trichoderma is to take care of the Pythium, Fusarium, or to some extent nematodes. Pseudomonas is for Ralstonia, and then Pecilomyces is specifically for nematodes, whereas Metrrhizium is keeping in mind the white grub or root grub and other soil dwellers which affect the ginger rhizomes at the later stages, and even the root grubs. So whereas PSB is a phosphate solubilizer, Azotobacter or Azospirillum is a nitrogen fixer, and then sometimes if required we suggest them to go for K mobilizers as well. Okay, these were the biologicals, especially biocontrol agents and biofertilizers, which are enriched before applying in the main field, maybe around 15 to 20 days prior. You can mix all these into a consortia along with good quality neem cake or farmland manure or any other organic sources, keeping them in a shade with intermittent sprinkling of moisture once in 3 to 4 days and covering with wet gunny bags. So this concoction or this consortia of biocontrol agents, maybe along with phosphorus also, nothing will happen, can be applied to the planting gill. Either you can broadcast this on the beds or you can individually apply to the planting hills. So other than this, no other things are required. And wherever the humus is less, some people are applying the humic acid granules at the rate of around 8 to 10 kg per acre. And these are the things one should be aware of at the time of planting, or some precautions to be taken just before planting, and the preparations related to ginger planting. So this is in brief about the land preparation and application of amendments to the soil, and then correction of the soil based on the requirement, and then use of compost and other organic manures and the biocontrol agents and biofertilizers. So I'll be coming out with the next course of action at the time of planting, what can be done or later on in my next video. So till that time, thanks. So keep watching and keep spreading the technical information to the ginger growers for their benefit. Let's use science in ginger production. Let's be responsible for whatever we do, and let's take logical decisions which are purely based on science. Thank you very much.